Hello, my name is Madison Clausen, and I am here to tell you why I think that vocabulary instruction is essential for students in our classrooms. I pulled some of these things from the book. I'm just going to talk about them real fast, and then I'm going to get into some of the strategies that I utilize in my classroom, and just show that. That's why I'm choosing to do a screencast because I just want to show you on my laptop what my kids get to interact with vocabulary. So first of all, I think that reading comprehension and writing comprehension are dependent on word knowledge. If students don't understand the vocabulary that they're reading, then they obviously don't understand what the whole story is about, main idea, the topic, also writing comprehension. If they don't know the words or the vocabulary words that they're using, then they're not able to comprehend what they're writing as well as if they can write if they don't know understand the vocabulary words. Uh, Children exposed to vocabulary through conversation learn words they need to recognize and comprehend while reading. I'm going to pull up a picture real quick. I pulled out this picture because for our ESL, for my ESL minor, that this is the tiers that they have taught us. So tier one is just those everyday words, the normal conversations that they're having, the bathroom, water, fountain, get a drink, also notebook, pencil, all of those vocabulary words in school. These are the ones that the ESL students are going to pick up straight away through conversations. Two is your high utility academic words found in many content texts or cross-curricular terms. So this would be in your textbooks, your daily instruction. It's not as they can decode them through what subject that you are teaching. And then your tier three ones are the domain specific academically vocab. So that would be your scientific method. They would not understand that unless it was explicitly taught. Um, Going back to my document here, vocabulary should be taught both explicitly and incidentally. So those were the principles found here on page 186. I just pulled those out because I thought those are really important. I think that they need to understand what the words are, and you need to be teaching them the definitions of the words, but through reading or through social studies, that's what those words are going. They're going to see those words multiple times throughout the week or throughout the semester or the quarter. Learning how to construct vocabulary from rich context is valuable. So that was principle number two. So that would be when looking for simple word through the dictionary, one quickly realizes that the word run is approximately 50 definitions. So just knowing that words have multiple meanings. Effective vocabulary instruction must include depth of learning as well as breadth of word knowledge. That would be your association processing. So students learn simple associations through synonyms and through word association. Comprehension processing, that's understanding those vocabulary words, as well as generation properties or processing, which they comprehend association to generate a new novel of product. And then our fourth principle would be multiple meaningful exposures are important to learning new vocabulary, which means it's required repetition. They should be exposed to those words. Our principal at our school says that 95 times they should be exposed to the word 95 times before they even learn it. Word walls are a great visual in the classroom. I have an interactive word wall or an interactive journal that my students use, as well as I really liked the hangman vocabulary strategy from the book that was located on page, let me find it here. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, it was located on page 193. I think this is a fun and interactive way to learn vocabulary words. You can always use the definition for them to figure out the word, as well as you can just expose them to the word and say, I'm thinking of a word that begins with the letter A, and they have to figure it out from your word wall. So I think this is a very fun and interactive way to teach vocabulary, and I cannot wait to do this maybe in my classroom someday. I'm going to show you a little bit about what I do for instruction for vocabulary instruction. I use Nearpod, which is an interactive lesson. My students use their own computers and I can control what they do. I just have a memory test to keep them busy while they're logging on to Nearpod and getting in, because they have to have a specific code and get onto the Nearpod app, and it's crazy. So I just have them busy with a memory test. So I take the words from my textbook that I'm using, or the story of the week, and I teach them this way. So when my computer screen changes, their computer screen changes, and they have to follow along with me. So this is just an example of our lesson one. Find School is what we read that week. So I'm going to expose them to our vocabulary words. So what I have is I just have pictures and like the word, and also I say in the story, so I'm referencing the story that we will be going over that week. In the story, the principal was Mr. King. So then I have the kids say the word principal. Then I also show them in a different context, in a different sentence. So I say a principal who gets to know their students better will be a better leader. So that's why I use those terms, leader. And then let's say the word that means the leader of the school building. So they're exposed to multiple meanings of the word as well as multiple sentences of the word, and they're also saying it with me. Then I have them, I always have a question and I have some multiple choice answers. So which of these would be a principal? So I would have my students raise their hand if it was Mrs. Barker. I'm Miss Clausen, so it's not going to be me. Mrs. Barker is our principal. A leader of the school, Miss Jungers, are the students at Hunt Elementary School. So I would just have them quickly raise their hand about who a principal would be. And then this is the fun and interactive way. I'm going to turn it to our student view. So students are able to come up with their own picture. I'll show you here. So what is one thing Mrs. Barker does that makes you smile? You can add a picture or a GIF or write a sentence. So students are able to interact with me this way. So they can either write a sentence and they can write it just like this by using the tool. They can also type it using the text. So Mrs. Barker makes me smile by saying hi. Okay. So you can use the text. Also, you can find an image. So you could say saying hi, browse it, pick one, and then you can add it to your page. So it's just a fun and interactive way for students to get exposed and even tell us their story and how they are going to remember the word. And then I just go through each word the same way, and I have them go through it. And they find a picture of something soaring, and I just keep going through that. At the very end of these lessons, I do have a quiz. I do take the quiz out of my Journeys teacher workbook. So here is the quiz. So what they do is they get their highlighter out and they choose the best answer. So what does the word stroll mean? So they would use what they have known all throughout the week, and it means to walk slowly. So they highlight that one. They go through each page and each quiz, and then it is just a very quick reminder and a reflection of what they know. So it's just a quick assessment exit ticket. So that is Nearpod, and I really, really like it. My students love to look up pictures and everything like that. So um, I love it. It's a very cool, interactive, engaging tool. All right, going back to my page, my document here. One of my questions, my overall question for this chapter is, why isn't there a push for more direct instruction, vocabulary instruction, when research shows how crucial it is for comprehension? I feel like vocabulary is something that we just push to the side, that it's there, but we don't really teach it anymore. And another question that I have is, do you think spelling tests were effective? Why or why not? I'm a second year teacher, so I never got a chance to teach spelling tests. I just want to know everybody's opinion on what they think of the thought of spelling tests. And then my references are right here. I'd love to hear your feedback of my on my presentation, and I hope everybody has a great week. Thanks.